This pandemic has been such a long haul for many of us who have been stuck inside lockdown after lockdown after lockdown. And I know for many of us, okay, all of us, we are ready. Oh, we are so ready, more than ready to get back to normal. And if your skincare routine has been on hiatus with the rest of your life, well, you don't want to just jump right back into slathering on creams and serums and acids on your face all at once after an extended period of time without them. And I'm going to tell you why and give you some post-COVID-19 skincare routine tips in today's video. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about how to get back into our skincare game after being away for some time from our skincare routines. Now, if you're unfamiliar with who I am and you're new to the channel, I'm Chris. I'm a skincare expert. I'm here to help people find skincare that will work for them, not empty their wallet, and not do more harm than good. So if that's the kind of content that you're interested in here on YouTube, please be sure and subscribe, hit that little notification bell so that you know when my new videos come out every single week. Okay, so post-COVID, man, am I glad to say post-COVID. I'll be so glad when I can burn my mask. I know you guys are the same way, but post-COVID skincare, how to get back into your skincare routine without causing havoc with your skin. Now, just like when I'm advising my personal clients, it's always important that we build up into a skincare routine slowly so we don't overwhelm the skin with a bunch of skincare ingredients that could cause problems and lead to things like dermatitis, which is definitely something you don't want to have happen. And now that a lot of us are beginning to be able to show our face in a more maskless way, well, yeah, we want our skin to look really good as we exit the cave. Now, the first tip that I'm going to give you is a very important one, and that is to be sure and check the dates or expiration of your skincare products that you've had sitting on the shelf or in a drawer in the fridge for the last year to 2 years. If they look weird, or they smell funny, or they're separated, or they're oily or discolored, you need to toss them, especially if there's a date on the item. You need to toss it if it's no longer any good. A lot of skincare products have actives in them that degrade over time once they are exposed to air. So any product that's like in a jar, or especially vitamin C serums. The thing you need to know about those is that they usually expire after 6 to 12 months of opening them or using them. The reason for that is most of these serums are made with L-ascorbic acid, which is a unstable form of vitamin C. Although very effective and very great on the skin, it does degrade and it will turn dark and be pretty much useless on your skin. Now, if you have a vitamin C serum that is made with sodium or magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, that is a stable derivative of vitamin C that is used in a lot of serums now, mainly because it's less irritating to skin, and it does stay stable in the formulations that it's in longer. So those may be all right, but you still want to check the date on the label and make sure if it's not any good that you toss it. Okay, so restarting a basic skincare routine or your skincare routine should be pretty easy. Actually easy for you and easy for your skin. Now, I know a lot of you have different types of skin issues, skin conditions, you're at different ages. So this is a general type of routine that I'm talking about, but that's great because no matter what you've been doing, if you haven't been doing it for a year, you kind of want to start off really slow. So a basic routine obviously is cleansing. I think most people probably continue to cleanse their skin through the pandemic. I hope you did that. And then of course, we like to use treatments. We like to use serums, acids on the skin. Then we like to use our moisturizer, and then of course our sun protection and our sunscreen. And my hope is that you guys continue to use sunscreen even if you were stuck indoors, anytime you went out, because that's a habit that's a really good one to have. But very, very important that sun protection be a part of a basic skincare routine. So the first two things that we want to do week one is we want to make sure that we are using a moisturizer. A hyaluronic acid moisturizer is always the type that I recommend, but a good moisturizer in order to start to prepare the skin for the things we're going to be doing to it in the following weeks. So moisturizer number one after cleansing, and then easy sunscreen. So the first week, it's really good to get back in that habit of cleansing and moisturizing and wearing the sunscreen. We want to rebuild that habit. When we get into week 2, that's when we start to do things like exfoliation, mechanical exfoliation, to start to get off that old textured layer of skin that's been sitting there for the last couple of years and built up. Whether that's a device that you use or a sponge, daily exfoliating sponge like a Buff Puff, which is a sponge that I recommend that everybody try to use. A dermatologist gave me that tip years and years ago, and I'm still using mine. But we want to begin to try to exfoliate that skin off. We do not want to start using skincare acids yet. We don't want to start using glycolic acid, lactic acid, salicylic acid. We will be adding those in as we go along. But right now for week 2, we want to exfoliate. This is also the time when you can begin to apply your vitamin C serum again. Most people tolerate vitamin C very well, but as with all things, we want to make sure that we don't get any irritation or that dermatitis going on the skin. So we will use vitamin C serum in the morning. If you see a little redness or irritation, cut back to every other day. But generally speaking, after about a week of use, people tolerate vitamin C very well. If you're using one of the sodium or magnesium ascorbyl phosphate vitamin C serums, you're probably not going to have any reaction or acclimation time to that at all, but we want to get in the habit of doing that. Now, the other thing that you can begin using in week 2 are your water soluble serums, things like peptides or squalene. Those are all fine to begin using again on your skin. So cleansing, exfoliation. Then we want to begin to move into using vitamin C serum and our water solubles. Now, if all has gone well the last 2 weeks, we can begin to add back in our exfoliating skincare acids like glycolic acid, lactic acid. Those products are fine to begin using. Again, watching the skin for any intolerance and cutting back a day or two if we start to see redness. Also, you can begin using things like salicylic acid, which is a BHA, but if you have been using a cleanser or face wash, those of you who have acne-prone skin or oily skin, you're already acclimated to that. So that is a moot point at this point in the skincare routine. So just take it easy as you do these steps and add them back in and build up that routine. Now, if you were doing any sort of treatments like dark spot correctors or eye creams, you can begin to apply these the same week. So again, we just want to kind of build into this slowly, watching for any redness or irritation. I know I'm bringing that up a lot, but the one thing we don't want to do is irritate and upset the skin, because then you're going to have to step back and take another week or 2 off while the dermatitis clears. Now, that puts us into week 4. If everything is going well, your skin should be looking brighter and fresher and smoother. A lot of that texturization should be gone. Is that a word, texturization? Anyway, that should be gone. And now is the time to begin adding back in our retinol products at night. And you guys know that I recommend 2 things. If you have nothing else in your skincare routine, is vitamin C serum and definitely retinol at night. Now, here's the thing. A lot of you may have never given up the retinol altogether. Congratulations. That was a really great move, because a lot of night moisturizers are retinol moisturizers. So if you don't know if you were using a retinol, that would be kind of strange. It's usually right on the label. But if you have not been using retinol, if you've stepped away from it for 6 months or a year or whatever, you want to add that back in slowly so that your skin has time to acclimate to it, because retinol, even the milder ones, are one of the main sources of skincare ingredient problems or irritation. It takes time for the skin to get used to it. So you might want to do this every other night just to be sure as you build up back into that nightly routine. Now, a word about skincare products. If you decide to change brands or you are changing formulations, it's super important to go ahead and patch test, even though you may have used a product with those same ingredients for a really long time. The reason I say that is I have many clients, many of you guys that watch the channel and subscribe are on the blog, and you'll write me and tell me your story of how you changed a product, even though I had the same ingredients, and you got a rash or you got that dermatitis, that irritation and inflammation of the skin. We really don't want that to happen. So it's always better, even if you're just changing a brand name and the ingredients look to be exactly the same, to patch test on the inside of your elbow for a day or 2 with that product to make sure you don't have any skincare reaction, because it's a lot better to have it here and take care of it than to have it all over your face, neck, and chest. So definitely want to be sure that you do that. The other thing I want to stick in here is we're almost to May, which is Skin Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm going to go ahead and stick in my little credo, my little tagline, my little whatever. You need to wear sunscreen. Have I told you you need to wear sunscreen? Please be sure that you get back in the habit of using that. Protect your skin from photo aging and skin cancer. Super important to me that I get that message out. Every time I do a video, I feel like I should hammer on that, but it's just so important. Now, I hope this video was helpful in kind of giving you a little bit of guidance on how to get back into your skincare routine if you've been away for a while. If you have specific issues and specific types of routines that you need, I have videos on all those on the channel. Be sure and check them out. And again, I will link to those down in the video description box below so that you can find them rather easy. And if the video was helpful, please be sure and give it a like, share it out, and comment below and let me know what you've been doing during the pandemic for your skin or not doing. I'd really like to know what you guys have been up to. Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting the channel. It means the world to me. I love you. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you over on the next video. Yeah.